Let's get right into it. Most people spend their lives chasing money, talking about it, worrying about it, dreaming about it, but then there are people who just don't care. You've probably met one. They're calm while others panic. They live simply while others chase luxury, and somehow they still seem happier. So what's really going on here? Is it ignorance, a lack of ambition, or could it be something deeper, a rare kind of mindset most people can't even understand? Psychologists call this monetary detachment, the ability to emotionally separate self-worth from financial worth. It's rare and it reveals powerful truths about how a person sees the world, themselves, and success itself. Because people who don't care about money usually fall into one of four psychological types. And each one holds a lesson that can change the way you think about wealth forever. Type 1. The self-focused builder. They don't ignore money because they're lazy. They ignore it because they're focused. While most people chase status through material success, these people chase meaning through mastery. They get dopamine from progress, not purchases. Their brain literally rewards them for building, learning, and growing. To them, money is a side effect, not a goal. They care about impact more than income. They're the kind who will work late, not for a raise, but because they're obsessed with what they're creating. Psychologically, these people have low external validation needs, meaning they don't need applause or luxury to feel valuable. They measure success internally. It's not that they're against money. They just see it as a tool, not a trophy. And ironically, that's exactly why many of them end up rich without ever chasing it. Type 2. The disillusioned realist. You've met them before. They're the ones who used to chase the money, the dream, the freedom. They used to read all the finance books, watch all the business podcasts, follow every 10 ways to get rich video. But somewhere along the way, something broke. Not them, the illusion. See, the disillusioned realist has seen too much. They saw how every new financial freedom story online looks the same. A rented Lamborghini, a palm tree, and a course link in bio. They saw that the people selling wealth were usually the ones making it from selling the idea of wealth. And one day, they just stopped believing. They realized that the game itself is designed to keep you playing. That every product, every ad, every motivational post is selling you the same feeling, the idea that you're not enough until you have more. Psychologists call this existential detachment, when external rewards lose meaning because you've realized the ladder you were climbing is leaning against the wrong wall. The disillusioned realist still works hard, but they've stopped pretending that money equals meaning. They understand that wealth can amplify your life, but it can't define it. So they chase stability, not status. They invest in peace, not profit. They're the person who turns down a high-paying job that drains their soul for one that gives them their time back. They're the person who once dreamed of becoming financially free and realized the real freedom was not needing to chase that dream anymore. And to the outside world, they look like they've given up. But the truth is, they finally woke up. Type 3. The minimalist thinker. You've seen them before, the ones who walk past luxury stores without even glancing inside. The ones who could buy more, but choose not to. They don't chase the next thing, because they've already caught the one thing most people never do: contentment. Psychologists call it satiation equilibrium, the point where dopamine from acquisition fades faster than the joy of simplicity. Most people never reach it, because society doesn't want them to. The system is built on one command: consume. The minimalist thinker broke that loop. They used to care about having the best, the newest iPhone, the nicest shoes, the trendiest car, but one day they realized something strange. The more things they bought, the less they felt. Every reward stopped rewarding them. Every shiny thing dulled faster. And slowly they started trading dopamine for direction. Now they find luxury in silence. They treat peace like wealth. They find joy in what they already have. They're not anti-money, they're anti-waste. But they don't chase money for status. They use it for structure. You'll see them investing in skills instead of sneakers, choosing time with family over overtime pay, and optimizing for freedom instead of fame. Their life looks boring to everyone else, but it's not boredom, it's balance. The minimalist thinker has mastered a truth the rest of the world is still running from: that the less you need, the richer you already are. They're not minimal because they can't afford more. They're minimal because they finally realized how expensive more really is. Type 4. The philosophical outsider. Then there's the rare one, the person who stepped completely outside the illusion. They see money like an equation in a dream. It exists, it moves, it matters, but only as much as you believe it does. Psychologists call this value disassociation, when your brain decouples worth from wealth. When you stop measuring yourself by numbers and start measuring by awareness. The philosophical outsider isn't lazy. They're not naive. They just see too far ahead. They understand the irony. That the more humanity learns to print wealth, the poorer it becomes in everything that actually matters. You'll find them living in small houses filled with books, art, or instruments. They'll talk about meaning, not markets. And while the world scrolls through luxury posts, they'll be on a walk, barefoot, watching the sunset, not because they're trying to be spiritual, but because they actually feel alive there. They aren't against money. They've simply evolved past its hypnosis. They understand the economy of energy, that every dollar you earn costs a piece of your time, your health, your presence, and they ask questions most people avoid. If you have to trade your life to buy freedom, is it really freedom? They live small but think big. They have little but lack nothing. And while others call them dreamers, they call themselves awake. Because once you see through the illusion of money, you stop chasing it and start using it like what it really is, a tool, not a truth. Type 5, the quiet strategist. Now we get to the ones who are invisible. The ones who play the game but differently. They're not loud, they're not flashy, and they're definitely not broke. They understand money like chess. Every move is calculated. Every piece has purpose. While the world's screaming, get rich quick, the quiet strategist is building wealth quietly. They read contracts, not captions. They learn systems, not shortcuts. They don't dream about passive income, they build it brick by brick, one decision at a time. Psychologists call this rational detachment, the ability to make high-stakes decisions without emotion. They understand the psychology of greed, and they use it against the system that runs on it. When others buy to impress, they buy to own. When others chase status, they chase sustainability. They don't need to prove they're successful. Because success isn't something they perform, it's something they practice. They're the type who drives an old car but owns 3 properties. The one who still uses the same phone but holds dividend stocks. They're proof that true wealth is quiet, was quiet, and that the loudest people in the room usually have the least to lose. They understand the simplest law of all. When you stop trying to look rich, you finally start becoming it. And that's what makes them dangerous. Because they play a game most people don't even realize exists. Each of these types, the builder, the realist, the minimalist, the outsider, and the strategist, are just reflections of one truth. How you relate to money reveals how you relate to yourself. Because money isn't just currency, it's a mirror. It amplifies who you already are. If you're insecure, it'll make you chase validation. If you're lost, it'll make you buy distraction. If you're aware, it'll make you build freedom. People who don't care about money aren't crazy. They've just stopped trying to fill emotional voids with financial goals. They understand that wealth is a tool, not an identity. That no number will ever fix the feeling of not enough. Because the truth is, money can buy you time, but it can't tell you how to use it. It can buy you comfort, but not contentment. It can buy you opportunity, but not purpose. And once you realize that others enjoy, gossip, trends, politics might feel painfully shallow, you stop being owned by what you own. So maybe you're not obsessed with money. Maybe you just understand what it really costs. Because the psychology of people who don't care about money isn't about giving up, it's about waking up. And when you wake up, you start playing a completely different game, one that doesn't end when the balance hits 0, but begins when you finally stop chasing what everyone else is still asleep, dreaming about.